6. Hello there. How's it going, fam? Look what I just found. That's right, fam. Just found this. Should we try it out? Oh, wow. Less than 5 ingredients with a scan me for a free airdrop. Here's the magic part, fam. Got it right here. Give it a go. Whew. That was amazing. Refreshing. All the salts you need in your electrolyte premix. Definitely check out Crypto Rush now. It even has a bonus creatine. That's right, got to build those strong muscles, help with all that muscle recovery. Crypto Rush gives you the rush that you need to propel yourself throughout the day. Crypto Fam Radio, I'm your host Mountain Dew. Let's go get some Crypto Rush now.
All right, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Mic check.
Mic check. We're good. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. It's been a minute. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Honestly, Crypto Fam Radio, I'm so excited, man. So excited to be a part of your podcast. The first one of many, and again, just very honored to be on your show.
Yes. Honor's all mine.
Thank you.
And let's get started with just tell me a little bit about your story, your lore. I want to hear where has Chris been? Where is he going? Where did he first start with? Actually, let's start there. Let's start the way from
These are good questions.
the
These are
beginning.
gonna be very good questions.
I'm loving it.
Just to give you guys a heads up, for those that don't know who I am, my name is Chris Gonzalez. I was born and raised in New York City, in a nice little quiet area, as we say, Spanish Harlem, Washington Heights. It's a very discreet location in New York City, I would say. A lot of immigrants live in that area. My family are immigrants from Dominican Republic. I was born in the U.S., though, New York City. But having the background cultural of Dominican Republic is where my family's from, in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. I've been through this crazy transition. As you know, you and I both know off the record. I've been through some very big moments that changed my life. And I think that's something that the people who are watching this are going to be interested in listening and how that happened. Because maybe you yourself might be going through something similar, have gone through something similar, or know someone who may have gone through something similar as well. Understanding them or yourselves or seeing your perception of what may have happened and where it can lead by someone like myself being an example can sort of give you your own ambition as well. Having a heart attack, let's start off with that, right? I know, right?
Okay, yeah. Let's start deep. Let's just go
deep.
Straight to it. Go
right?
straight to the point. Heart attack. I had no idea. You're so young, by the way.
33 years old, man.
Yeah,
33.
so when did this heart attack
transpire? November 2024.
Okay.
I'll never forget the date, November 16, 2024. It started off at an overnight lunch I had at work. I'm a medical assistant at the New York Presbyterian Hospital in New York City. Ended up moving out of that to become a journalist full time. But let's talk about how that happened, right? So I leave my lunch period, I go home. I started feeling this little tight pressure in my chest. Didn't think much of it, you know. I was a very heavy smoker of cigarettes at that time. So I was a cigarette smoker for about 7 years. After this happened, I quit it completely. It was the best health decision I ever made. But again, so it's an example not only for me, but for the people that support Vida TV, want to follow my steps, and my son. Truthfully, my son, he's 15 years old, so I have to set an example to him that anything can be done, right? No matter what the circumstances are. Having that heart attack led me to transition to who I am today. I did have an Airbnb company, again, medical assistant jobs and all this cool stuff that I did prior to the heart attack. But I think that heart attack really woke me up. It woke me up into the sense of understanding who I was, my true reason of being on this planet, and the art that I really love the most. People may have known me before for being a skateboarder in the city of New York. Shout out to Five Borough, my brother Steve Rodriguez, the founder of Five Borough NYC, and all the skateboarders as well that represent New York City. It's a little bit of my backstory of how I had this heart attack, transitioned back into journalism. I was always into journalism as a young adult. Again, skateboarding is what taught me to become this media guy. We would film each other doing our skateboarding tricks. We would film each other doing our podcast sessions, our interview sessions. And I sort of had that love for media, sort of like you, right?
Always. I think everyone should have a love for media, though, if we're being really honest. Documenting is key, especially now than ever as content creators. We are in control of our own story.
I agree.
So it's like, if we want to be the hero in our own story, how are we going to show up and document that experience?
I agree.
We have to learn through that experience. And it sounds like you have done that through and through. from a big part of where you're from in Harlem to where you're at now, traveling the world. I know you just got back from Paris.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paris.
Right?
The French people, they know how to party, guys.
Oh, I bet.
They can party.
I bet, and even beyond that, Miami, where we met, and just like other places, I'm sure that you've been all over the world. And and this is just the beginning. And it shows you how resilient of a person you are and how you've become. And so, through that experience, you would have never become that person that you are today, essentially.
That's very much true.
And that's huge.
You're very modest yourself. You say you've been traveling the world, but can we put this on the record? Everywhere I've gone around the world, I've seen this guy there too. So he's doing something as well. So congratulations to you too, bro.
Well, in another life, I was a destination wedding photographer, all right? So that was my job right after college. I just was zooming everywhere. And this was before crypto, before podcasting, before anything, This was straight after college. I was a hustler from the very beginning because my dad, my parents, which I give it all them the praise, all them the glory, they taught me well because guess what? I was homeschooled.
Wow.
Right? And so being homeschooled, you have advantages.
How was that? Talk to me about that. I know we're talking about me,
but your interview,
I get it, but I want to hear about that because look, the truth is that I know a lot of people that have the homeschooling background. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I always wanted to have a homeschooling background, but I went to public school, right? I know. Yeah.
See, it's like we.
Did I just give you why I am the way I am?
You want what you don't have, really.
That's
you think
true.
about that.
That's very true.
The grass is always greener on the other side, right? And it's like having that experience, it taught me a lot of lessons, but at the same time, I grew up not really having this ability to try, to connect with people.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that social interaction, I was homeschooled. That means I stayed home all the time, and I read books, and I watched. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons. So I had a very social anxiety type of mentality.
Correct.
And it took me a long time. I was a late bloomer. Like college, I was very introverted.
Wow, really?
I'm not like I
would have
am
never
today.
expected that from the way you are today. You're outgoing as heck, man.
It takes time. You have to become aware.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I was also an introvert.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or
See,
not.
that surprises me too.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I was a massive introvert growing up from elementary school to high school.
Yeah.
I wasn't I'm not gonna say that I was part of the popular kids. I was in between.
Yeah.
Because I was always in the basketball team. I was pretty known, I would say, right?
Yeah.
But I still had this insecurity inside, and the insecurity comes from, I guess, I can't really pinpoint it honestly till today. I can't. I don't understand where the insecurities came from. And maybe it came from my background, from where I was raised at, from Washington Heights, and then having so many people be judgmental towards our demographic of people. And location played a big role in that.
Yeah.
I've been pretty much categorized, I would say, because of that, right? And I lived that lifestyle for a long period of time in New York. People think in New York sometimes you don't go through this, but you actually go through a lot of diverse cultural differences. I'll say that, right?
Really?
You'd be surprised, yeah.
I am surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, I've never been to New York.
Oh, we're gonna have to change that.
Never been. I
We're
want
gonna have
to.
to
I
change
want
that,
to.
dude. What?
I have so many friends from New York that I've met in Florida. I guess there's a lot of people that come down from Florida, but still, to this day, some of my best friends, seriously, are from New York.
Nice. Well,
The
New York
greatest
is the heart of the
connections.
world. It's the
That's
heart
what
of
I'm
the world.
saying.
It definitely is.
But also, I feel like New Yorkers, they move differently than any other Americans, let's say,
we
you
do.
know?
We
And
have our
so there's a certain energy that they emit. And it's like there's only so many types of people that can match that energy.
Right.
And I feel like I've got similar energies, even though I'm not from New York,
do
but I
have it.
feel like we're kind of on that same
I thought you was from New
wavelength.
York. I thought either you was raised in New York, moved
No.
out, or had family in New York, because you give me the same vibes.
Really?
Yeah, you give me that same vibe.
I just surround myself with everyone that are from New York.
I get
That's
that.
the
That
thing, I
comes
guess.
with
I don't
being
know.
a journalism. Being a
There you
journalist,
go,
right?
being a journalist,
Because you
meet a lot
always
of-
adapt to your surroundings.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's a good take.
It's a very
Actually, that's a
good-
good
good
take.
perception
Yeah,
to put it
very
that
good
way, right?
perception. I love that. So, being from New York, having that struggle, how did you become aware of, I guess, the person you are today?
It's a good question. So, I'll tell you this: how it all began, right? 'Cause that's where the origin is really the key. A lot of people ask me, how did you become Vita TV? What was the storyline behind it?
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm gonna say this ever. I've never spoken about this on public. I never spoken on spaces about this. And
Wow.
this will be the first time I open publicly about a very private reason how I became Vita TV. It all started around 2018, 2019. There's a guy that his name is Bitfiend. also known as his real name, Ernesto, right? We all go by aliases in crypto.
Yeah.
His is Bitfiend.eth. Mine's, again, is Vita TV.
Yeah.
He's the co-founder. And I met him through the metaverse. And how I got to that metaverse is where we're going to get to that story now. So 2019 comes, COVID becomes a thing.
Right.
I'm in the medical world. I'm becoming an assistant, medical assistant. I'm working with nurses. I'm working with doctors.
Yeah.
The whole craziness kicks into effect.
People
People
wearing like
dying
double
left and
masks
right.
and everything.
Dude, triple mask.
Oh my God. Oh.
We had the blue mask, and then we had the N95 over it, and then we had the shield. And then on top of that, we had the suits with the hazmat. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was really crazy.
That's
like working
ridiculous.
8 hours in that suit and that setup.
Yeah.
I'm already 120 pounds, dude.
I was gonna
it's like I was a
say.
walking sauna.
Yeah.
Kid you not, walking sauna.
Yeah.
But when that happened, it was a very big pressure. Not only to people that were going through that moment, whether they were sick, losing loved ones, or dealing with the moment as a medical assistant, or as they call it, an essential worker, right?
Yeah.
I lost my relationship. Yeah, I lost my relationship because of me working a lot of hours for COVID. I lived 3 blocks away from the hospital, so I was one of the people who they sort of not mandated, but gave me extra hours because I was so close to the hospital. I was basically point of contact for any emergency. I would get called in almost double shifts every day. I was putting in 40, 50 hours extra overtime, 90 hours a week.
Wow.
And yeah, for God knows how long.
That's insane.
I think
so
that
much
was
stress.
Yeah, that led to the heart attack.
Right,
so
right.
we're gonna
Yeah,
understand like how this all plays a
okay.
factor to everything, right?
Right.
They say that being depressed or unhappy is also one of the leading sicknesses or illnesses that give you these detrimental illnesses, right? Cancer, heart
Right.
attacks. I mean, whatever the case is that we consider it very detrimental.
Right.
It leads to that, right?
Right.
So again, COVID comes, I lose my relationship, I'm working too much, I'm now becoming a single father. I have to deal with this transition of no longer having a second person that can assist me with my child
Yeah.
and having all this like just sudden life change happen, right?
Right.
So then I say, okay, I lock myself in. How am I gonna become this non-extrovert that I was working not to be this extrovert, I became this non-extrovert, but now this heartbreak changed me, right? As it would change to a lot of people, right? Transitioning from finances, investments that we had together. I mean, we go on for days, right?
Yeah.
This change was such a hard hit for me that I said, okay, now I gotta change my perception of how I'm gonna become me again. I gotta find myself again. I lost myself for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I went into a depression for a year and a half
Yeah.
that I didn't really know what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't really hang out with family. I disconnected myself a little bit from even my own son because I was just lost. And as people say, well, it's just a relationship. 12 years relationship, when you have a lot of investments, the most hard thing for me was accountability. When you're with someone for so long, you get accustomed to that. It's more like it becomes a second habit, right? That was where the birth of Vita TV became. Because now I wanted to find my passion to express the world how I felt without speaking, because I was an introvert.
Right.
So how can I speak to the world without speaking to them, without feeling embarrassed? Took a long time for me to even speak right now about what I'm talking about,
Right.
which is the first time I've ever spoken about this.
Right.
So that led for me to look more into who I was. What was my purpose? Am I supposed to be the skateboarder? Am I supposed to be this medical doctor, whatever the case is? Am I supposed to be this coder? Like, what is my true meaning? So I went through many layers, as they would say in the movie, 50 Shades of Grey, right? I went through different shades, right?
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Peeling back the onion, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And
Yeah.
finding who I was.
Yeah.
And throughout that journey, I met a lot of people. One of those was Ernesto. I have a lot of other mentors, I would call them, that stood by my side and really gave me the hand to learn who I was, what I should be doing, and where I am today. That's sort of the reason and how I became Vita TV. It all started with a heartbreak, believe it or not.
Wow.
That's how it started. It led me to transition into different, I would say, versions of myself, which introduced me to different demographics of people throughout those transitions, right? It's just a layer, like you said. I was just transitioning, finding myself.
Right.
And each person that I became throughout that transition, I met people from that surrounding of the world, that existence around those personalities.
Right.
And that's how I met so many people around me.
Right.
And I found who I am today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what gave you the courage to start speaking? Because you've never, like, since I've met you, you've always been an eloquent speaker.
Been quiet a lot, though.
Yeah, but I'm like, what did it take you to get from that point, from where you are now,
Other
like,
people.
Other people.
I'm a community guy. I'm a community activist in New York City. I work with a lot of people in New York, different organizations, from the public school system to even like the homeless shelter system, right?
Wow.
I do donations. I give free money to the shelters to help for food, or public schools for advancements in education, whether it's technology or equipment. I wanted to help back. I mean, it's in my blood. I'm a medical assistant. I'm a nurse. You can say almost at this point, I'm going to be a nurse now.
Yeah.
And it was just in my nature to give back and help. So my story resonated with a lot of people. I met a lot of people that lived my lifestyle, where they had a separation, and they, as men, stayed with their children. We don't hear that a lot. You don't hear men staying and raising their own children. You really hear more the mother and the father has to become on child support. The kids,
the other way around.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I felt that other men that were in my position needed to hear my story so they can feel empowered as well. And they can feel that, well, I'm not the only person that may not have this opportunity of being a father and a mother to my son. This actually exists and it can happen. We all know that the system today always leans more towards the mother, right? The fathers, like they say in a Spanish term, a mother can be one and a father can be anyone, right? So that's one rule that I always lived by, and I wanted to break that myth. A father can be anyone. No, a father's one, just like a mother's one, right? And your position of a father as a leader, right? Just like you would be a community leader.
It's huge.
You have to step into that role.
Step
and
up.
That role also is not only for just your son, but for other people that may be going through the same thing as you, who are not as vocal as you or don't have the same courage as you. Believe it or not, I build the courage. I build this vocal side of me because of pain. Believe it or not, the more pain that one exists, sometimes you can mold and change to become to someone that could be good or bad. But again, in this case, I used it to become a good version of myself, right?
Right.
But that's more or less where I see a lot of great people go through. They go through tragedies, they go through heartbreaks, they go through hard times in life that lead them into becoming a successful version of themselves. That's just my 2 cents on that.
I love that. Well, it's that whole saying, it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger, right? So
That's very true. That's very true.
You have to go through that pain.
Yeah.
You have to go through that intensity of suffering.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Yeah.
It says it in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Like with Jesus,
Glad
he
you said that.
suffered
Glad you said
how many times, right? Died on that cross for our sins. And
you have to suffer, like you said, to see
he
the
suffered
greater
for
end.
us. And in the same way, we emulate him, right, as followers to, I don't want to get all religious, but it's the same context,
You can. I'm open-minded.
That.
I'm very open-minded.
Well, I wanted this to be more spiritual, less religious, but at the same time, it's kind of, the same.
It's in our lifestyle.
Along
It's
the
in our
same
lifeline.
lines. It's aligned. It's aligned. Yeah, we'll take that. But in saying that, though, through this suffering, through this pain that you had to endure, you came out on the other side of who you are today, Vida TV, how you created this amazing communication platform, essentially, for people to use to promote their projects, right? Like when I met you was through DigiJoints or Wake and Blake show, right? Shout out to Digi.
Oh, I see you.
That's right. Shout out, because he honestly, through his space, X Spaces, I was able to connect with so many interesting people, including you.
Likewise.
And when we did that Famathon space,
Yes,
remember,
I
24
remember
hour,
that.
remember? And
that was something.
You hosted it on Vita for 24 hours, and I'm still so grateful for that, bro. That was, I think, one of the first interactions we actually had. I started getting to know you a little bit, and then from that, we kept in touch here and there, and then it just wasn't until the last few months, I think, when we started to dig a little deeper. We started to get to know each other.
Vegas is where we actually sort of
I wasn't in Vegas.
No,
I was in Miami.
Miami's where I saw
That's
you.
right.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I've been around so many places these last couple months.
I've been to Vegas, but I don't remember meeting you in Vegas.
It's a little blurry to me. Honestly, these past couple months, I've been going to Vegas, and then I went to Miami twice.
Yeah.
Just came from France. I was supposed to go to China, missed my flight. we won't talk about that.
We don't want to talk
we
about
all miss we all have our hiccups, but yeah, shout out to
there's
Consensus though, man.
That's right. I was going to
Coinbase,
say,
thank
there was
you.
something in China, Consensus. Yeah, I had another creator mention that to me. I interviewed her on a TikTok live. She was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Consensus. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you should be at Denver. What are you talking about? You don't need to be there. You should be here. And she was laughing at me, whatever. But, the point is, like, through this suffering, you're able to come out on top and do what you're able to do today. And let's talk about your event experience. So how many events have you been documenting, focused on? Because this is kind of a new thing for you, right? As a content creator, or have you always been kind of a content creator?
I've always been part of the content creation world. There's many big names out there right now that do Instagram, social media content creation.
Right.
Influencers such as Ken Stars, for example. Shout out to my boy Kenny.
Right.
I Am Black Rose, So Dope. I mean, the list goes on.
Right.
These are people that are very huge in the comedy side or in the influencer side of social media.
Right.
I began with them.
Oh.
Over 10, 15 years ago, before I even had my son.
Interesting.
Literally, 10, 15 years ago, we started recording YouTube videos when YouTube was first a thing.
Yeah.
When 480p was the best quality.
Wow.
480, 720.
That's
720
amazing.
was you're still there. 1080 was the 4K of today.
Yeah.
Right? And
that's amazing.
it was the marking period time or shift time period of content creation becoming a thing.
Yeah.
And when we began these skits and these little acts, as we called it, or little plays that we did, it was content creating. 15 years ago on YouTube or on Skonex, on MySpace, on Bebo.
Wow.
These are social platforms that we used before that were the Instagram of then. I don't know if you remember Skonex.
I don't.
You don't?
I
Bebo?
don't. I
No,
do
MySpace
not.
at least, Tom?
I know MySpace.
Everybody has Tom as a friend, bro.
Right,
He was
Tom,
my friend.
yeah. He hit me
had
up on
yours
X,
too.
actually. I was like, who's this Tom guy, man?
No way. Dude, that's sick.
Yeah. It was
Tom,
pretty
you're still
funny.
out there and you're seeing this. Follow Crypto Fan Radio and Vita TV. Give us an endorsement.
He's already following me on X. What are you talking about, bro?
We need the official one, the
thinking
check
there's
mark
that other
one.
video platform that was before YouTube. I think it was called Vine or something. Remember
Yes,
that? Or something Vine?
yeah, Vine. I think it was Vine or
Yeah.
Vimeo. Or
Something like that.
I think it might have been
yeah,
Vine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Vine.
think it was
And that
Vine.
was really popular
Yeah.
for a second.
correct. It came back.
It did.
So Cristiano Covino, a good friend of mine,
That's right. I know him.
he
as
was
well,
doing
yeah.
some cool Vine coin promotion collaboration.
I saw that. I saw that on X.
It came back. It came back. So now I don't know if it's actually a thing.
That's what I'm
where-
saying. Did it actually come back? I saw him trying to bring it back, but did it
really make his
Yeah,
debut?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
did
saying.
it come back? And was it a full debut? Are they back?
Just a little spark, and then it went back.
Hey, listen, they dibbled and dabbled in crypto. They jumped in, they tippy-toed into what the blockchain has to offer.
Yeah.
And I think that if they actually stood around, they actually could probably make some noise. I mean, social media, or social-fi, as they call it in crypto, is becoming a big thing. Us influencers and journalists, we use a lot of platforms. I used recently something called Substack.
Yes.
And Substack has
do
been
as well.
Have you?
I do.
How long you been inside of Substack?
I actually cross promote. I'm not sure cross bridge it from Beehive.
Okay, I
So I have a
Hive.
weekly newsletter,
Okay.
and I just cross promote it or cross chain it. I don't know what it's
Yeah,
called. But
multi
basically,
posts.
yeah, multi
Yeah,
something. I
we
forget.
know,
But
you guys know.
basically, yeah.
Throw it in the comments.
Basically, exactly. Basically, when I post my weekly newsletter, Beehive, it goes to my Substack. So it's
Okay.
just copied over.
Nice.
Basically, essentially.
So this is the new world of autonomous,
Mm-hmm.
right? People just happen to have these agents that do a lot of things. Except that we're not using agents. We're actually the real deal. Agents are trying to take what we're doing. So
That's right.
slow down the progress for those that are actually developing these agents, because
Well,
I still want my job.
Let's get into that discussion a little bit. AI. Let's talk about AI because
yes.
AI is used as a tool. It shouldn't take over
Correct.
your identity,
Correct.
right? You
Correct.
should be using it as a tool, and such AI is becoming a lot more. Well, it's always been prevalent, but since Claudebot, let's say, has come out in the last month or so, people have been raving about it. There's YouTube tutorials on it now,
Going
and
crazy
people
all
are
over.
creating basically their digital personas based off these bots, so they don't have to check their email, they don't have to check their Facebook, they don't have to post, they don't have to they don't have to do any of that.
I agree.
They have an AI that does that for them. So in stating that, how do you perceive AI through your own business, and do you leverage AI so you can be more present, or let's say more IRL with people?
Yeah, I
because
do.
now you don't have to be there
Correct.
online all the time.
Correct.
So talk to me about that.
I would say I use a lot of AI. That might be a surprise to a lot of people.
Not to me.
I use a lot of AI. And for what I use it for, I'll give you an idea for
Sure.
a little bit example. So like, let's say if I do video editing, right? I'll edit the video manually myself, and then I'll refine it using AI. So I won't make the whole video with AI. I'll just use some refining or special effects or add like some layering to the actual video with AI. Again, I also use it in many different ways where AI is not just my agenda schedule planner. It helps me also develop my business. Believe it or not, some of the websites that we have, like vidatv.io, was created with Gemini. I used Gemini to create the code for our website.
Nice.
Our co-founder, Ernesto Biffing,
Yeah.
took the code, and because he knows about coding, he just refined it a little bit, just to give more complex integrations of tools that we use. Like we have our own proprietary POS system. So we get paid in crypto, and we made that payment system from scratch.
Wow.
So we don't have to pay no POS company, like, but we won't say no names, but
Sure.
you know, for security purposes.
Yeah,
but
right,
we have a lot of POS companies out there that charge a monthly subscription, and to avoid those subscriptions, one of our biggest hurdles that we endured in Vita TV was budget cuts. Because a small company, their biggest issue is understanding how to run their financial sides, whether it's expenses, whether it's income, or just learning what is working and what is not, and where to pull back from and where not to pull back from, right? Where to invest into. And I think that understanding is a very big detrimental fail to a lot of these small businesses. And if we understand that, then we sort of fix a little bit what could happen when it comes to the failure side of us losing our business, you know?
Definitely. I could see that.
Sorry about the sound, guys.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Cheers.
Drink is fine. Cheers. Yeah, for sure. No, I think that's interesting because I've always seen AI as a tool, right? And it's like a lot of people are scared of AI because they're going to take their jobs.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And what I say to that is, no, AI is not going to take your jobs. The people that are using AI is going to take your jobs. You know, so you should leverage AI now and learn as much as you can about AI and use it for your business. And if you don't have your own business, you should create one because now is the perfect time to have your own business, be your own soulpreneur. Essentially, that's what we're doing. We're soulpreneurs.
Exactly what we're doing. Yeah, I always tell people what you're saying.
Doing.
You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. You need to learn AI, like you said. You said that in a space one time, in Twitter Spaces. You said people need to learn AI because they need to adapt to the change.
Exactly.
Don't be fearful about it, right? And I think that AI, our newest skill, people have different skills, right? You're an artist, you're a writer.
Sure.
Our newest skill is communication. Believe it or not, because prompt communication is the newest skill set that we have to learn now.
Yes.
You learn that skill, you basically essentially know every single job in the world today. I could prompt a job to do photoshopping. I could prompt a job to be a video editor. I could prompt a job to basically do anything. Just understanding that communicated language between you and the artificial intelligence is really where we're aiming towards now at this point. That's really what it is.
That's huge. So learning how to communicate effectively is the best way to know AI.
I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist, guys, but I have to throw it in here real quick.
Sure,
I have to throw this.
Do it.
Throw it in the comment if you think I'm wrong. All right? But I think that today we're being desensitized by technology, by separating or segregating people with personal communication. And I think that that is where the lack of communication skills are being taken away from us. And how if we don't sharpen that side, those that understand how to use artificial intelligence because they understand how to communicate, they still have that skill sharpened, those are the ones that are going to succeed in taking our jobs. It's not AI, like you said. It's those that are learning that actual language of computing or, I would say, the prompt communication language. Those are the ones that are going to take over. Those are the ones.
But regardless of, okay, so just take AI out of the equation. Communicators. I've always seen great, effective communicators to always have a one leg up in everything. In everything. Or politicians, lawyers. You know, it's like the list goes down of like marketers, realtors. You know, it's like there's certain professions out there that you need to know how to communicate effectively to your audience. Because if you don't know how to do that, how do you get ahead in life? How do you get to the next level? Or even, you know, creatives like us, you know, knowing. And it's like, how does one, and this is great for the audience, how does one become a better communicator?
It's very.
From your opinion.
I would say putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, right? And I mean circumstances, rather, right? For example, I was never a person to speak in front of people at all. And I signed up to one of the biggest speaking conventions at NFT NYC, for example, where I spoke in front of tons of hundreds, if not thousands of people. In fact, right now, we're speaking at ETH Denver 2026, and there's tons of people around us. Look.
They don't care.
They don't care, but it goes to show you again, you have to sort of break yourself out of that insecurity side of yourself, right? You put yourself in a position that you think you can't fulfill. And when you actually put yourself in these positions that you think you can't do or fulfill, you actually kick into this different instinct that you have, this survival instinct, right? Where you wind up pushing and putting things into effect that you never knew you could do. When they say your back's against the wall, you sort of do things that you never knew you had, these supernatural type of skills that you had hidden inside of yourself. It's how you discover yourself, by putting yourself in front of positions or things or opportunities that you wouldn't normally do. See, I take upon certain jobs, and those that are watching this, drop it in the comment again, right?
Right.
Am I wrong or am I right? There's a lot of times that people will take jobs that they don't really know how to do.
Right.
But it aligns a little bit in what they do already. And you know more or less what you're capable of. And if you know that you're capable of doing something, you trust yourself to do that, or believe yourself to trust yourself to do that, right?
Right.
So put yourself in positions, guys, that you think you can't do. Believe me, I'm telling you, when you go into these opportunities, you go putting yourself in these awkward moments, you wind up excelling. There's something that clicks into your mind, it's like this dopamine effect, that you just get this quick adrenaline rush that you wind up actually learning certain things right on the spot. At the moment, literally. And that's how I learned a lot of my moments in my life. Like a lot of skills that I've done, where from just me randomly saying, well, I could do that. I can do that. Let me just, I'll take that job. When is it? After tomorrow? Okay. I'll spend 24 hours studying how to do that job. And then 24 hours later from that, I'm at that job, doing what I just learned 24 hours. So again, it comes to understanding how to do research and sort of putting these understandings of skills into effect by just understanding what needs to be done.
Right.
Educating yourself. You can't depend on other people to educate you, or look at others at what they're doing, because what they're doing may not really work for you. You are your own being, your own world is around you. Like, you are your own instant. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Like, we all live our own personal bubble. And what may work for the next person may not necessarily work for you. You can take that concept and mold it to your version, but initially, we all live a different life cycle or timeline, whatever you want to call it, guys. Correct me again. Throw in the chat. You know? Throw in the chat.
I think more than anything, it's just being comfortable, being uncomfortable, right? And trying hard things.
I agree.
And being okay with failing.
Yeah. I fail a lot.
And it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I failed this morning. I can tell you how. Want to know how? I can tell you how, right? I'm the founder of Vita TV.
Yes.
I have a team.
Yes.
And one of the biggest things as a founder is that you are the leader of the pack in a way. You have to set by example.
Right.
And this morning, I didn't set by example. Right? And I won't get too much into it.
What happened? I want to know now.
All right.
What happened this morning?
All right.
Spill the beans.
I'll tell you.
Sure.
So one of our team members, and if you know our team, he begins with a K, ends with a B.
I do. I'm aware.
Right? And maybe ends with an H, actually, right? Didn't show up or wake up on time. But again, it's not about waking up on time. It's about us being punctual, right?
Yeah.
It's about us being a team and looking out for one another.
Right.
We need to help each other grow and elevate. And by doing that, it's by being on top of someone who may not have that same punctuality or that same skill set, right? That is what creates a real leader. Someone that stops and helps people, no matter the circumstances, right? See, a lot of people told me one time, why? Oh, my boy, my bad, guys. We're gonna edit this later. You're gonna know why I did that later.
I hate
Shout
editing.
out to Mutant Infusions in the house, baby. Yes. But yeah, it's my good friend, guys. I know so many people. Me and Crypto Cam, we know a lot of people. So some people just pop up.
It's part of our job.
Yeah,
honestly,
it is. It threw me off a little, but I was excited to see him. But just to sort of recollaborate what we were talking about, and just talk a little bit about my life again. Just
Yes.
sort of reset that so people can actually learn a little more. 33 years old.
Right.
I might have said that already, but
You look great.
33. Thank you. 33 going on 34.
Yeah.
Born August 15, 1991. I'm a Leo. Yes, I'm a summer baby. I love the heat. For those that know me, I'm very Caribbean, so don't ever invite me to places that are cold. I know I live in New York.
I know. I was gonna
it's
say.
a contradiction, but I think this is why I travel a lot now. Right?
I see. You
I'm
should be down in
over it.
Florida. When are you gonna move, bro? Come
Hey,
on,
listen,
Florida man's calling your
Hey,
name.
don't say it too loud, all right?
What's up, what's
But
up?
we might be at Consensus Miami. I'm just saying. You heard it in
Nice.
Crypto Fan Radio first.
Nice.
We might be at
Nice.
Consensus Miami. So
That's exciting.
big shout out to one of our sponsors, Disco Cat Vodka,
There
that
you
may
go.
be out there as well. So shout out to him and shout out to them. Actually, it's a big
Shout
team
out to
behind
them. I love that.
that. And yeah, man,
Great.
just seeing this transition of life.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a rapid change that we can actually experience certain things, from being sick from one day to losing people to another, or beautiful things happening as well. All of that is what I lived in the past 4 years in crypto. I've been in crypto for 8 years, but the last 4 years in crypto were like the pivoting point in my life, right?
Yeah.
Started off in a spot called Decentraland,
Right.
the metaverse.
Right.
Vita TV originated in the metaverse. It was supposed to be a television media distribution network that exists only in the metaverse,
Right.
which it still does, right?
And for those who don't know, what is the metaverse exactly?
Okay, so good catch, good catch. So the metaverse is basically a 3D synthetic world, right? And I say synthetic because it's a replica of anything you want it to be, right? I can replicate this whole East Denver in a 3D model, which essentially that's what it is, and an avatar walks within this 3D model. Those that are outside, that are architects or you do construction, you actually use this system. It's called 3D molding, right? And a lot of you guys use Blender, for example, which is an application to use or create a 3D model. And those that are out there that are listening to this, and if you do this and you don't know that you can make money today in the metaverse by designing skins, like clothing, digital clothing, or even worlds. Yes, virtual real estate is a thing. I own a lot of virtual real estate inside Decentraland and other worlds like Other Side, which is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. You can see I'm representing my ape right here.
Say that.
Shout out to the
Looking
Bored Ape Yacht
good.
Club. Ape
Looking
Chain, I see you, baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what we do, man. And
Yeah.
those
Love it.
builders out there, hop
That's-
on it, man.
that's
Hop on it.
amazing.
You guys got a lot of money in front of you, just don't know it.
They do. They do. Okay, so we've established the metaverse. So going back to Vita TV of how it was created, the inception of
Right.
it was through the metaverse
Yes.
experience, and then IRL events. Tie that in.
So we built this metaverse concept with the idea of trying to build a television network, right?
Right.
This television network, we created servers that are M3U8 streaming servers. These are the servers that you use on televisions or on streaming platforms today. And these servers, we provide these servers. Unlimited amount of them. We provide them at a rate that no one really provides them at, $20 a month. Right? You can stream unlimited amount, 24/7, for just $20 a month.
Wow.
These servers cost about 150 plus a month.
Yeah.
So we're trying to help the community to migrate into blockchain that are streamers or that do media, that have some sort of media streamline, right? So that idea kicks into effect. We create our media broadcasting line with the servers that double up with people like yourself, where you can actually own a server from our network. And this podcast could have been streamed on Vita TV. In the metaverse, in all these virtual lands that have giant televisions and different movie theater styles or whatever the design structure is, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, each of those lands host a stream,
Right.
which we own a lot. We won't say too much, but we own a lot of land across these virtual worlds, and even
Interesting.
partners of ours, like Decentraland Brazil.
Right.
They gave us delegation to their land, so we operate and govern all of their land.
Right.
So Vita TV exists in their land too.
Gotcha.
So we have media distribution happening now in Brazil.
Right.
So the Brazil community members or demographic of people are seeing what we're doing. So the idea is to create this main media distribution network that's not just pushing media,
Yeah.
but we're pushing marketing, article writing, anything that you can think of a journalism background and media background is being pushed into our network. And that's essentially what we want to build, is the next version of decentralized media, real media, not that CNN filtered.
Fake news stuff.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
but
You
not
can
that
say it.
that's not that CNN fake filtered. You know, we need that real
triple F.
news. Yeah, we need that. We need that real media, right? Trump said it best before. He calls out a lot of people, and I won't say their names, but he calls out a lot of people for being fake news,
Right,
and he's
right.
onto something. He's onto something. So
saying it for
Trump,
years.
if you're watching this, decentralized media. Yes, Crypto Fam and Vita TV.
Let's do
We
it.
are them. They are us. Remember that, all right?
Always, always. Do you ever feel like you're a bit ahead of your time
Yeah.
with this whole like?
Yeah, hell
You know.
yeah. I'll give you an idea what happened a long time ago about this being ahead of time thing.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not doing this to like badmouth nobody, but
Sure.
Johnson Security is a company I used to work with back in the days.
Yeah.
And they're amazing people. Shout out to D. Coop, the owner, one of the founders of Johnson Security as well.
Yeah.
Those people one time, they denied me. I worked for them afterwards, but they denied my application as a security worker. I was a security guard a long time. It was like one of my first jobs.
Wow,
This
okay.
actually was my first job. And on my business card, I put a QR code. And this was, we're talking about 2010, 2009.
Yeah.
And I put a QR code and I gave them my business card with a QR on it. And I said, look, scan the QR, everything's there. My resumes are there, my welcome letters, everything's there. My contacts, all you can think of is on that QR code.
Right.
And they told me, you out of your mind. This is so unprofessional. This is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you're not ready. You got to go back to school. Literally, that's what they told me. Like, if I'm lying, listen, I'm not lying. Listen, they said, QR codes, are you serious? What is this crap? Here we are today. And I know they're going to see this. I know they're going to see this. And I'm sure their whole office is full of QR codes.
Oh, I'm sure.
The world is full of QR codes.
Now, the QR codes have been around for over 10 years.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Everyone uses them.
To say that it was something that was far-fetched or was unprofessional, I'm in East Denver right now at one of the biggest crypto conventions happening right now, and there's QRs everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I think that's one reason or one way I was ahead of time that I could prove.
That's true.
Again, media, streaming media into the metaverse.
Right?
It happens 24/7. If you go right now to the Decentraland, we're streaming. Well, I turned it off now, but we were streaming what was happening here.
Right.
So anyone can hop into Decentraland, Hyperfy, other side, which you can't stream on other side yet, but
Yeah.
these are platforms that are metaverse platforms that you can watch a broadcast within the metaverse, within this virtual world.
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff, man,
That's
honestly.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So let's say I'm a normie and I know nothing about the metaverse. You've just introduced me to the metaverse. How do I get involved?
See, that's the biggest hurdle that we have now today, right?
Mm-hmm.
The biggest hurdle today is that the simplicity side of crypto isn't that simple, right?
It's not.
It's not.
It sucks.
It sucks. I
Yeah.
mean, truthfully, it does. Like,
It does.
you can't really get a normie to buy a crypto coin in the same way that I can get them to buy something off Amazon.
Right. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy. It's not just a click, one buy. You know, you got the one
Yeah.
click, one buy feature. That's it.
2 steps. Yeah.
steps.
That's it.
In blockchain,
Less friction.
Correct.
The friction. That's
There's
what
too
it is.
many layers of steps that you have to do to complete one task or one action. And I think that as enthusiasts of blockchain and the developing side of crypto, we need to focus on creating a more simple user interface. And the biggest part is accessibility. Accessibility has been the biggest issue in crypto and blockchain, where people can't access the metaverse. Either you need a new computer that's strong with a graphic card, or you can't access the metaverse yet on the mobile version, or it's only available on VR. It's the interoperability, ease of accessibility, and of course the simplicity. Those are the 3 biggest steps that can create success in any business when it comes to blockchain or building a business on blockchain.
I'll do you one better. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Hey, I like that one. I like that one.
Learn that marketing 101. Like, seriously, man. It's
I like
and
that.
that's with just traditional Web 2
Oh, that was so
businesses.
sick.
Like, just startups, just an idea, someone with an idea that, oh, I want to turn this into a product. I want to turn this into a service or whatever. I'm like, okay, what's your offer?
Yeah.
All right, and then what's your hook? All right, and then how do you lead them into and get them to buy? Because
Right.
that's essentially what marketing is. It's solving that problem for the user,
Correct.
for the buyer. And is this going to help them, or is it not going to help them? Because if it's not, it's distraction marketing.
Correct.
Like, we all know that.
Agree.
And they don't need that in their life. And they don't need to be talking to you, obviously. Like, they check out. So it's like, it's finding an audience that resonates with your mission and bringing them into the fold of this is how I can help you. This is how I can serve you.
Right.
This is how I can make your life better. Right?
I agree.
And I think the metaverse can do that. But there's some barriers.
Still, yeah.
And if we can somehow, overcome those barriers to a point where it's like scanning a QR code.
Yeah.
I'm in the metaverse now because I scanned this QR code. Why
It can be done.
Well, why isn't it like that
So
yet?
again, the problem is that a lot of people that are in crypto already, they have a lack of, not all of them, but I had to
The
like,
way you said that, bro.
I had to stop myself real quick, all right? I had to stop, 'cause I know someone will drop a comment on that, like, oh, look at Vita, he thinks he's hot shit now. Nah, it didn't even like that, right? It's far from that. Like, I'm still
grade me
nobody.
up,
I'm
bro.
still a tagpole in this whole crypto thing, right? I'm far from being anyone, but I think that today, they struggle with being creative.
You think so?
Trust me so.
Really?
Trust me so. I like that one. Trust me so.
Trust me so.
The truth is that I've seen people that I do things and they like overlook it, and then 10 months from now they're like, I just came up with this amazing idea, and here it is, and I'm like, wasn't this the same thing that I just showed you like 10 months ago?
Yeah.
Again, it just comes down to a lack of awareness, right? So sometimes people want to be the first at doing certain things, so they're not too much attentive of what happens around them.
Okay.
And those that are in the ecosystem,
Right.
there's a lot of bad actors out here.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of these bad actors, they portray to be someone or something to the community, and they're not really that.
Right.
And I'm not here to single no one. In fact, I'm not even talking about no one. So just no one that's seeing this,
So
don't
chill,
twist,
guys,
don't
chill.
twist my words. Please don't twist my words. I'm speaking generally, right? From what I see from the communities that exist in blockchain.
Yeah.
Is the lack of understanding of being creative. See, you have to really be creative to help evolve something or create awareness of something.
Right.
For example, in Hyperfy, I figured out how to make 3 different metaverse worlds exist in the one metaverse. So
Wow.
you don't have to leave that metaverse world or scene. You can be in that same world or scene and still be in 3 other worlds and communicate through that one scene out to those 3 worlds, if that makes any sense. You see what I mean, right? It's complex. Like,
You gotta break it down. Break it down.
if anyone that's watching this can write in the comments right now what I just said, step by step, I'll hook you up with something. And if you do, you're just one of many chosen ones, right? You're the 1%ers that understand. But that's the
Yeah.
part that we talk about. It's not simple. It's not simple.
It's not simple,
Not.
but you also don't have to reinvent the wheel. You see what I'm saying? If it works, it works. And sure, if someone copies you, whatever, but it's like, I'm sure you copied that idea from someone else. Like, let's be real.
Of course, every song we see today was remade.
Right? Exactly. So it's like, if you want to be successful in crypto, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to put some effort
Correct.
and
Correct.
follow through and be consistent and like show up.
That's the hard part.
That is the hard part.
Consistency.
That is the hard part.
A lot of people sell dreams. So like I tell people, I'm just being honest because the crypto world is brutal. It's brutal. And I'm being straightforward because people come in and they're like, well, I can come into the blockchain, create my own business or create an NFT project and become rich. It doesn't really work like that. When I came into
But it's
blockchain,
perceived to work like that, isn't it?
well, that's how I came in.
Perceived,
I thought I was
right?
gonna take
you
a
can
picture.
Make a lot of money. Just put your money in this token. It's gonna
It's
go
gonna
up.
boom.
This market. It's gonna explode.
Correct.
And then you're gonna make it
And then you get
just like
burned.
that.
You get
and,
burned.
and then you get rugged. Yes.
And then what happens when you get burned, though? When you get rugged, like you sort of lose confidence,
Of course.
right? So that's what's happening right
Because
now.
you lost your money. It's a casino.
I
You lost
don't
money.
want to talk bad about the meme coins.
You
but-
can. I don't care.
Okay. Can I? Okay.
Sure.
So if that's the
Talk
case,
bad about the meme coins.
meme coiners, I love you guys. I really do. But
all vaporware.
damn, you guys
Vaporware.
just fucked up the whole market, guys. So you have to beat that out. But you messed out the whole marketplace, guys.
Not cutting
The
that.
truth is, you messed it up. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because these big Fortune 500 companies or organizations or investors that would like to invest in a company that's on blockchain, that has a crypto coin, is not gonna do it now because you meme coiners just fucked it up.
Yeah.
You rugged them. You sold them a dream, gave them a perception of what possibly can come from what your investment is, and you just stole their dream that you pitched to them. So what happens now? You actually oversaturate the network or the community with this false narrative.
Right.
For example, When you hear pump that fund, what do you think of?
Oh, casino. It's a casino, essentially. People get rugged. People get taken advantage of all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And do you want to be taken advantage of?
No, of course not.
Especially those that work 9 to 5, that they have to put in 40 hours a week to make a certain amount of money. Like, come on. If you don't have a good job and you're trying to get out of this poverty state, or you're trying to become somewhat more successful, whether it's being rich or just being all right or okay, you can't.
Right.
If you're not investing into the right thing, you're investing into something that's stealing the money that you worked hard for. Hence to why I say, do your own research. Because you can't just buy any NFT, any coin. There has to be true meaning and value behind that coin.
Has to. You gotta have a community behind that token.
Bored Apes. I'm just
There you
kidding.
go.
I don't want to.
You're just like promoting Bored Apes. I got a Bored Ape. Let's talk about Bored Apes real quick.
Might as well, right?
Why do you care so much about this community, and how has it changed your life?
It was okay. So ever since I heard about blockchain, ever since I found out about NFTs, the grail of NFTs was always a Bored Ape.
Right.
Like, I saw these monkeys, and I was like, what the heck is so cool about these monkeys? Like, why buy a monkey for like 30 G's?
Wait, it's not a monkey, it's an ape.
It's an ape.
All right, that's very different.
I'm getting to that because
okay.
that's the beginner's mindset.
Right.
They're not understanding. They just see it, again, a monkey. They're like, oh, look at this monkey. Once you become more involved into this crypto world, you do your research, you wind up understanding. It's in the name. The Bored Apes, the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So they're apes, of course, but this is what the normies see. What is this monkeys, whatever the case is? Curious George is the association they get with it. So many people are like, you guys are buying images that look like Curious George. No, they don't. They're far from that, right? So now, what is the true value about this? Why I'm so bullish on the Bored Ape Yacht Club? It's a community that empowers people and builders that are in blockchain. That community is a real community. And when I say a real community, I mean by support system wise, right? Communication is key to anything. Whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a loving relationship, right? An affectionate relationship with a couple, whatever the case is, your son, any relationship, however it is, communication is the #1 key of success within that relationship, right? And again, Bored Ape Yacht Club, they did that. They communicate with each and every member, no matter how many members are there. They will take the time to reach out, communicate with you. You have any necessities or any needs, they're gonna reach out to you. You can reach out to them and they'll contact right back. That's the best part about it. Now, why I'm so bullish about it is because they have essentially benefits, right? Something called a Made by Apes program. You ever heard about that?
No.
Good.
Tell me.
I'm gonna talk about it now.
Sounds good.
So Made by Apes, it's a licensed program that is created with the Yuga Labs and the Bored Ape Yacht Club. This program basically accredits people who hold a license from the Bored Ape Yacht Club program called the Made by Apes. So I own a Made by Apes license, which is basically an accredited validation through Yuga Labs and the Bored Ape Yacht Club that you hold a Bored Ape first and foremost. So it's all the ape holders that are on that registry. But it's a registry of service providers. Whether you're a business owner, a service provider, or you're providing a business development project, whether it's an NFT project or a coin, if you own an ape, you can sign up to get a Yuga license, which is the Made by Apes license. Right?
Gotcha.
Now, it protects your intellectual property, your IP, which you can use now to create clothing, which is how I got this clothing. Right? I'm able to use my Bored Ape now as my own brand logo. So now the Bored Ape Yacht Club, who created these NFT images, is licensing me the right to use the image that they created on my own use case.
Interesting.
So I can profit from it without having to give them a percentage.
Correct.
So that's how that works.
Gotcha.
That's the whole purpose of having it.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Protection of intellectual property, but it also puts you on a registry.
Gotcha.
That registry, believe it or not, a lot of the crypto market or blockchain market, they look at these registries to hire service providers or anyone that they're looking for because of the accredited background of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Yuga Labs. It's such a strong validation of who they are and their credibility. If you're part of that program, you're also being respected with that same credibility.
Wow, that's huge.
Which opened the door for me, honestly.
That's huge.
It changed my life.
I don't know a lot of communities that are actually doing that. Do you know any other community, or is that...
I'll spill the beans right now.
Yeah.
There's over 20,000 ape holders, right?
Okay.
On this registry, there's only 500 people. So that means a lot of you that are watching this out here right now, if you own an ape, you should be going to the Made by Apes website. If you have a business, a brand, a project, anything, you should be opening up a license to represent your brand. This even goes for those who own real physical businesses. My friend who was just here, the co-founder of Vida TV, Ernesto, owns a driving company called Sober Pro.
Right.
And what they do is they drive people who are drunk from their bars in their car. So this way they don't have to get a taxi service or leave their car behind and do 2 or 3 trips and waste a lot of money to get their car. Plus, it saves them a night to go to jail. They don't have to go to jail, right?
That sounds like a good deal to me.
Correct. So now, here's the beautiful part about being a Made by Apes holder. He doesn't own an ape. I own the ape, but he's the co-founder of Vida TV.
Right.
So what does that mean? Through the Made by Apes program, you're able to sublease, just like a franchise type of option, your IP to anyone who may not even hold an ape. So with that being said,
interesting.
When are we gonna have a Crypto Fam Radio Bored Ape NBA?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
talk
make it
about it. We'll talk about it.
I'm gonna throw it on the air right now. Throw it in the chat.
Sounds plausible. Sounds plausible. Definitely would love more talks about that. But yeah, I could totally see that in vision in the future because I'm always open to collaborations. I'm always open to partnerships if it makes sense, obviously.
Correct.
But you know, that definitely sounds something that I'd be highly interested in. So yeah.
The doors are open for you, brother. Always.
Yeah, always.
Always open. If anyone that's out there too, you can always reach out to us, Vida TV, Crypto Fam Radio. Don't think that because we're just journalists or we're media guys, press, that we don't care about communities. We do. We build communities as well. We help educate communities on blockchain. So we're not just here to capture the moment or take your picture. We're here to actually educate you on blockchain. At least I am, and I know he is as well. I've been to his spaces a lot. This guy's the shit, guys.
We do. Oh, you're too kind. But it's like, that's our whole vision is educating, inspiring, and also entertaining, right? Like we're also entertainers. We have to because we need those eyes. Yeah. We need that audience. Like, who's gonna listen to us? Obviously.
I agree. You're not lying.
There's people everywhere that are just wanting to listen, wanting to learn, wanting to grow. If you're a human being, you should be pushing yourself every single day to learn, so you can earn and then return back to your community. Right? Like,
that's part of human. That's a part of human growth, right? I mean, human evolution is about becoming a better version of yourself day by day. That's why they say, look at what you did yesterday, learn from what you did, and become a better version of that tomorrow. So that's just what life is about. Life is exactly about that metamorphosis, right? You evolve. And I mentioned that earlier when I was going through my struggles, I was looking for myself, right? I was finding who I was. And in that transition, I became many versions of myself.
Right.
It sounds crazy, right? And no.
What do you mean versions? Like,
so many people are gonna say, he must be crazy. He must have split personality disorder. No.
Like a version in the metaverse, and the version IRL, and the version on a different platform.
On all universes. In all universes.
I'm like thinking of Avengers now, you know, like how they all went into these different verses or different worlds. Yeah. Was it this world splitting, or I don't know what they call it, but
hypothetically speaking, it felt that way, bro.
Really?
It felt that way. Honestly, like, I believe in this conspiracy theory, I'm gonna throw it out there, that whatever you perceive, whatever is your perception becomes your vision, right? So what you perceive, your perception is your, it just left me right now, but whatever you're actually seeing becomes your reality, right? So one's perception becomes one's real life existence. So whatever you see is what you endorse to become realistically real in your life. So remember, thoughts and words become realism. Whatever you say, whatever you think becomes a real thing. You call it the laws of attraction, right? So just keep in mind, when people say certain things joking around, you actually call in that. Believe it or not.
Right.
I sometimes say things without certain things actually happening. And I say, hey, Bit, we own such and such, or we own a Bored Ape. Oh, we didn't even have one yet. But I knew I was gonna have one, right? Very close. I'm not gonna say something like years from now, no. I'm gonna say something that I wanna manifest because I'm close to it, and I'm gonna manifest that.
Right.
So that's why I always tell people, believe what you want, see what you want, and speak what you want. Because those three things, that calling and that perception of viewing something to be it, I walk around like I already own $1 million. I walk around like Vita TV is a $1 billion company. I walk around thinking that I'm known already around the world, because when you walk like that, you set off this energy, this aura that people just gravitate to your thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And they perceive you to the
Yeah.
thought that you're sending out. We are antennas, just like we are emitting frequencies, we can receive those frequencies. Whatever we give to the world will give back to you. So that's my 2 cents a little bit on laws of attraction. I wake up every day doing this, bro. I'm gonna be the best version of myself. I'm gonna be the best father. I'm gonna be the best team member, team player. Everything that I can think of that's positive, I say it to myself. What they call it, an affirmation?
Yes.
Right?
Affirmations are huge.
They're huge.
They're huge.
I believe in
yeah.
it. I believe in it, bro.
I believe in
It's true.
affirmations.
It's very much true.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's one of the five love languages, actually.
Is it?
Affirming.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Remember?
You're right. This, say it again one more time for the people. They have to hear it.
What? The love languages?
Yeah.
Yeah, affirmations.
Or the kiss, actually.
What? Physical touch?
You said the kiss word, or was it? You said these 4 words.
There's 5 different love languages,
Okay.
but one of them being affirmations is one of the love languages that you exhibit. So how that works is when you're in a relationship with someone, you exhibit certain, traits or certain qualities that are more significant or more higher on, let's say, your end when you're spending time. Like quality time is another love language,
Correct, it
essentially,
is.
right? And so when you're in a relationship with someone, you will exhibit certain, love languages higher than other ones, like gift giving is another one, right? And so I've always, through my experience being through the many relationships I have, it's always been the top 2. Mine has been quality time, right? Quality time and affirmations.
Time is
Because
the
I
best
love,
one, though.
well, and I love being affirmed. Like who doesn't? Like, let's be
course,
real.
of course.
Like if you know you're doing something right, you don't want to keep, affirming yourself, because then you become too full of yourself, and then people kind of resonate with that.
It's
and
also
then
a
they don't
man
wanna
trait,
talk.
though.
Right.
It's also a male trait, because we always love to feel appreciated.
Yeah, women do as well.
No, but not only for women. Not only for women, though. I'm
They
speaking
love to
for
be
like,
appreciated.
not only about women, though. It's not about the women's side.
I think just humans in general love to be appreciated.
Correct.
I
But
guess. Yeah.
in the male side of things, right? We, as male, sometimes
Right.
don't get that accredited side of being successful or good at something, right?
Right.
It's
Well,
just- it's
we're
just-
so hard on ourselves too.
Correct,
That's
correct.
the thing. We're our worst own
Correct.
critic, right?
Correct. I mean, in the Latin
So-
community world, I'm Dominican again, like I said, I'm
Right.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
In our culture, we're told to suppress. So sometimes the men cannot actually speak or be who they want to be, because we have to act a certain way.
That's sad.
And it is. Because once you don't break out that mindset,
Yeah.
you cannot be really the full version of who you are.
Right.
Because you're not really who you are. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're acting to be someone that you're not. So when I always tell people their background, sometimes they tell me, oh, I'm Hispanic. Well, I say, well, break out that mindset. Because it's the machismo mindset. That's what they call it. Machismo basically means like our fathers, our male figures will
okay.
tell us, you're a man, you can't cry, suck it up. I cannot see no tears. So you have to you're in pain, but you're like, you gotta suck it up now. You're like, oh man, I can't
Suck it
cry.
up.
I gotta be a man.
shake it off.
You gotta shake it off. But they put you,
I've
they,
heard
they
that.
put this mindset that
Yeah.
you're not a man, or you're not this alpha figure, right? It doesn't have to be a man. You're just not an alpha figure, right? And I think that's the misconception.
It's
It
huge.
is.
It's a huge misconception.
And it is really detrimental to a lot of people
lot
and
of
the
men.
way they see, the way they see life, the way how their social skills evolve, right? Because they become
Right.
a little bit more enclosed,
right.
right? I think that, you know what? I think I just might have solved the issue.
What issue?
This is crazy. We're doing this all live. None of this is pre-script, by the way, guys. Remember when I told you that growing up, I was an introvert?
Yes.
And sometimes I had this insecurity.
Yeah.
It came and may have stemmed from that.
Yeah.
From the machismo, being raised around these older men that have
Right.
these expectations of a child to be a man.
Oh, right.
So you can't act like a certain way
Yeah.
because then you're deemed to be weak, or you're deemed to be less of whatever the case they're trying to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's where that stems from.
That's huge.
Yeah, so it goes to show
huge.
you that those that are out there that are using this perception of mindset with their children, break that cycle. It's not a good cycle.
No, you got to break it.
We just found it out right now, live on Crypto Fam Radio.
Damn.
That's what it is. That's crazy. It really is.
That's insane.
It really is. Wow.
Yeah. As we're winding down this interview, and let me just say, I've had an incredible experience with you.
Likewise, brother.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Sure.
But a few last questions I have before we end, which I'm sad we're towards the end, but at the same time, I feel like I know you so much better now, Vita. Like,
there's so much I haven't spoken about yet, so.
And I really appreciate you opening up to me at such a very public space. Like, this is huge. So
I think the relationship we've built is very strong.
That helps. That definitely helps. Definitely. But as we're winding down here, I want you to maybe give the audience some advice of how to be a better communicator, of how to have more courage, to be more themselves, to be more authentic, because I think you're one of the most authentic people I've ever met in crypto. Like, seriously.
Thank you for that.
You're very Chris. You're very Vita. You know, you're very, I don't know anyone like you. So maybe like just a few takeaways from just your experience. And I know you've mentioned sprinkled throughout the interview already, but just maybe reinforce what you said or something you haven't said yet, because I really want the audience to take away something of like real true value, because I know you're so valuable, Chris. So
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
brother.
take it
Thank
away.
you.
Like,
I would say one thing only, and this is just an advice for other people that may just want to walk my same road. Maybe they walk in the same road already.
Yeah.
Or maybe just something that I said in this coverage resonated with them. Don't be scared of who you are. Embrace who you are, because you were created to be who you are, to continuously give back to what the world needs. Everyone in this world was created for a reason. Nothing was by accident. People say, oh, I ran into this person by accident. No. Everything in life has a cause and effect. So remember that.
It's huge.
Always trust yourself to be the best version of yourself. Don't be scared to be doing things that make you uncomfortable or you think that you can't do. The strongest roadblock and any barrier that any human can exist in existence can have is yourself. Your self-doubt. Believe it or not, self-doubting yourself is the worst and biggest black ball that can happen to anyone. So I will leave you guys with that. Don't be scared. Just go out there. Try the things that you think you can't do. Try things that you don't know how to do. Life is about learning. It's about evolving, evolution, right? We've seen it through the evolution of time with man. Everything in life is about evolution. The internet, Web 1, we at Web 3. We can go from 480 or 360p, what TV and television used to be, to where we at now at 8K now or something. Everything has an evolution process. So do you. Keep that in mind.
I love that. And I think we'll just end it there, Chris. Thank you so much again for joining us. Dude, seriously, man, you're amazing.
Love it, brother.